Chris Campbell here, and today we will be drawing creepy creatures. All you'll need is a pencil and 2 sheets of paper, because we'll be drawing 2 different creatures. We're going to draw a classic one, and we're going to draw one that I made up. So get your pencil and paper ready. I want to thank the Spartanburg County Library System for having me here to draw with you. So after this, make sure you check out all their other great videos they've uploaded, including another one that I did where we created fantastical critters. So go check that out when we're done. But for now, let's get drawing. All right, so we are going to be drawing a monster that I just kind of doodled and came up with just for fun for you guys. And usually when I draw things, I try to start with the eyes and mouth and facial features, and then draw from there, because it kind of gives you more room to play to create the shape of the face and everything, instead of drawing the face or whatever and then trying to fit all the features in. So if you're just kind of doodling and playing around, it's better to start out with the eyes and face. Well, this one's face is a little different from normal faces. I guess it looks a little more like a sea creature, I guess. But so we're going to start out here. I got a sheet of paper. Make sure to leave room at the top and the bottom for everything. I'm going to be up towards the top a little more for this to begin with, to leave room for the body. But we're going to start here with an eye over on one side like this. Just draw a circle, and then come over pretty far for the other eye and make it a little bit smaller, or actually I did it a lot smaller, which is fine, like that. So you've got 2 eyes for this creature, and then I'm going to draw this mouth here, kind of a bean shape, I guess. We're going to start here under this eye. We're going to come up, over, and back down, and then around and over and back around like that. All right, so it's kind of like making a screaming face. That's all I have going on here. I'm not going to put a nose on this guy. I want to make him a little bit upset. So let's put some eyebrows in, and eyebrows are important to show how the expression is. So making them slant inward shows that he's angry. So the first one, I just did a really long oval shape there like that, slanting towards the inside. And then I'm going to do the same thing here with this shape. I'm going to make an oval that slants in. All right, now let's put the pupils in. The pupils on this is going to be a little different from normal pupils. Not circular. If you look at goat, they have these weird kind of cross-shaped eyes that almost look like, if you're drawing someone who's been knocked in the head, their eyes are crossed. So make this little cross shape in there like this. You can do a shape like that and fill it in, and try to leave a little bit of white in some of it to show a reflection, because like when you look at a human or an animal's eye, it's got a reflection from a light source always. So if you add that into your drawings, it makes it look like it's alive a little more. So it's just a little tiny detail. That one didn't work out that great, but if you're drawing circular pupils, it works out really good. All right, let's put a couple of lines under the eyes to show that he's a little bit stressed out. All right, like that. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to start over here on this side. I'm going to come almost to the inside, all the way over to the mouth, almost. And I'm going to start there. I'm actually going to circle around the top of the eyebrow like that, and come down. And then I'm going to make a bump that comes over to the other eye, right inside the eyebrow. And then I'm going to circle around it, like that. Okay? So, we've got this kind of bulbous eye sticking out there. And then the shape of the body is going to be this weird bean shape too. So try to follow along as well as you can. We're going to start right here under this eye, and I'm going to come down, and I'm going to circle around like that. And I'm actually going out a little bit further than the other eye, and I'm going to come back up and connect it. All right, so it's kind of wobbled over to the side there. Okay, so let's go back up top here. I'm going to put this kind of fur shape thing sticking out the top of the head, going up like this, like that there. Oh, I didn't realize that went on camera, but you can see it. It's pretty simple there. And then I'm going to come over to his mouth, or her mouth, it could be her, and put some triangle shapes in there, real sharp looking like that. And I'm not worried about how many are in there because he's a creature. He could have uneven amount or even amount or whatever looks good, you know. So we have those there, and then I'm going to do some on the bottom side here. So you probably want to fill that in dark so it looks like it's got a cavernous mouth. But I'm not going to take your time up coloring that in right now. So there we go. We've got that. Mouth finished up. I'm going to do an arm. Now this arm's going to come out right below the mouth there. And again, it's going to be kind of a weird shape, a balloon animal shape that comes around and circles and goes back. So it actually gets thinner, closer to the body. It's fatter out towards the end there, like that. And then I'm going to do this other arm here the same way, but I'm going to go up more with it. I'm actually going to probably make it a little bit bigger than that arm over there. All right, there, like that. All right, now let's go down here to the legs, and we're going to do the same thing. Leg, we're going to bring one leg out here like this, around, and I'm going to come back. Oops, and I'm going to circle and go back up to the body here. My pencil is catching. Oh, what is going on? So I'm going to have to draw it from the top. Sorry, guys. Like that. You get the idea. Same shape as the arm, as the leg. There. It should have been a little bit fatter, but that's okay. And then I'm going to do this one over here. It's going to come out from the body. It's going to circle back under here and around like that. So you just come out around and then you follow yourself back up and you get closer and closer as you get there. All right, so he looks like this. He's making a silly, creepy little dance. All right, then I'm going to put a belly plate on this guy here. So we're going to start right above that leg. We're going to come up in a circle archway, and we're going to come over here like that. Once you have that, let's put some lines on it and curve them just slightly to show, it kind of shows that it's going with the shape of the body, and the body is this round shape. So just curve it a little bit, not too much. You don't need too much. All right. So we have that kind of belly shape. This got grooves in it there. Now I'm going to put these toes on it that kind of can be also like nails. So they're just these little V shapes that come out from the bottom of the foot. You should put them on the side here, so it looks like they're sticking out from where the foot was, where, you know, toes would come out. And then on the arm, the hand part, do the same thing with these V shapes, but put them on the very tip like that. So these could be fingers, or you can imagine them being like little claws sticking out like that. Here's some more here. And I'm only putting 3 because cartoon characters typically only have 3 fingers and a thumb. So you could add another one on the foot if you wanted to, but there he is right now. And then I want to, for some reason, I added these wings on. So start right under this eye, come up like that, with a slant, and then come back down like that. Okay? And then you're just going to do these 1, 2, and then on the third arch, you're going back in to where you came out. All right? So he's got these wings that are coming out from behind him there. So again, this one, you can follow up your eye here, make it come way up, and then go out like that. And then let's do our arches. So 1, 2, and then the third one go back in where he came from. All right, there we go. So once you've colored in his mouth here, which I'm going to do super quick, you can add some more details to him to make him look a little more creepy, including if you put these little circles. This is kind of a monster thing, is to have circles on them and dots and stuff. It kind of looks like moles and bumps and icky things. So put those around in places, you know, put 2 or 3 circles on a leg and around on the arm, just all over random. Try not to go overboard and put a ton on him, but you know, enough to kind of get the idea that he's covered with these imperfections or weird kind of skin problems. And then you can also put like places where you think maybe the knee or the leg might bend. You know, you can just put these little stress marks, I guess, to show that, hey, there's a bend that's happening here that's causing the skin to gather up. Like that. All right, so there's your creepy creature. He's ready to fly at you. Oh, on the wings too, you can add some detail. Come in like that there. All right, to show that those fold up. There's another little tiny detail. I'm actually going to put like a little stretch right there on the bottom of the lip. So there he is. He kind of looks like a shark, frog, bat thing maybe, but I was just doodling around. I thought he looked cool, and I figured it'd be fun to draw with you guys, and it was. So thank you, and let's get ready to draw another creature. So get yourself a clean sheet of paper, and we will get drawing. All right, so we are going to be drawing Frankenstein. He's a classic monster that's been around for a while now, and so I thought it would be cool to draw a Frankenstein in my style. So let's get started here. We're going to start first with the eyebrow, which is going to be a V shape like this. Kind of looks like a boomerang a little bit. Like that. And then you're going to hang off the eyes off of that. So we're going to do 2 circles. We're going to do a circle over here and a circle over here. Like that. Alright? Next, let's put the pupils in. We're going to put one pupil up here to the side. Leave a little white area in there for reflection. Because, as I say, humans' eyes have reflections, living things, and so if you put it on your drawing, it makes them look a little more alive. We're going to have Frankenstein be a little kooky, because if you know anything about Frankenstein, he is made up of different parts and pieces of people, so he doesn't really think right, and sometimes he's portrayed as being really stupid. And yes, it's Frankenstein's monster because Frankenstein is actually the doctor who made him. But anyway, people still call him Frankenstein. So, all right, so we got the eyes. Now we're going to do a nose. This is a weird looking upside down T nose. So what we're going to do is you're going to start right at the eyebrow. We're going to make this shape like this around like that. Okay? It's a funny looking squared off nose. Most of the stuff on Frankenstein looks kind of square and has angles and things. When you see Frankensteins, they look a little bit robotic. All right, so now we have that. I'm going to do a mouth down here. So let's start right below the eye, come around, and then circle up, and then go back down and around like that. So it looks like a bean or bean shape there. He's screaming. And then let's put some teeth in there like that. They're kind of squared off and rounded a little bit. Square with round edges. And then I'm going to leave that tooth gone because, again, Frankenstein was made out of parts and pieces of people. So they're not always the best parts and pieces. And then you could put a tongue shape over on this side here of the mouth in the background, like that. Okay, so we got the base part of the face there. Again, Frankenstein is a squared off guy. So we're going to start right here next to his eyes. We're going to come down and around like that, his mouth, and back up for his head, like that there. Okay, now across the top here, I want you to do 1, 2, maybe a little sideways stitch like that. And then we're going to put the rest of his head attached to the bottom like that. Okay, and then you're going to put the top part of the head attached like that, right there. Okay, now we're going to make some hair. That's just basically a bunch of triangles on a or zigzag shape here, on a rectangle top there, and then you can attach it to the top of his head. Now inside here is the brain, so put some squiggles in between there a little bit like that. All right, we got him. Top of the head, good. Now here's the eye. We're going to come over from the eye. We're going to come out and create like almost a question mark looking shape here for the ears, the top part, and then the lobe there. And then come back inside and do a shape like that. Kind of upside down V looking thing. All right, cool. Now, Frankensteins usually walk. They have their arms out, you know, and they're making just like he's kind of like a zombie. So now that we have his head and everything, let's do his hands. I'm going to put the hands up in the air here. We're going to start at the thumb, and we're just going to do a rectangle out like that, right at his mouth, okay? And then I'm going to do some more rectangles. There's one coming up for a finger, and then the next finger I'm going to have facing like this, so make it into an actual rectangle, and then put another rectangle a little bit smaller next to that. Okay, so his hand is kind of up like this. All right, and since he's a cartoon, you only have to draw 3 fingers, so we're done with the hand. Let's bring this part of the hand down and around and back up, and then you can just do that for the palm of the hand here. All right, and you're good. Let's put some fingernails. Usually Frankenstein's nails are not in the best of shape, so you can put some jaggedness on each one of those fingernails. And then let's put some lines here to show where the finger actually bends. And you got one hand. Now let's do the other hand. This time I'm going to put all the fingers out. So let's put a rectangle here for the thumb, and then one here for one finger, another here for this finger, and then we're going to put the pinky right up against there, okay? And then let's come down just a little bit and then bring it back over to the thumb, all right? And then do the palm. There you go. Put some lines in there to show the fingers are bending. You can even kind of put a fingernail on one of those to show that it's kind of a side view. And of course on the thumb you can show that fingernail there. All right, so we got Frankenstein. That's looking pretty good. Frankenstein usually most of the time has a jacket on. And he's got big shoulders. So we're going to start actually right back here behind his ear. And we're going to come down like this all the way around the hand. Okay. And then we're going to move it back like that. Okay. Do the same thing. So you're coming out from the shoulder and going out to an elbow and coming back around like that. All right. So his arms are way out like right? So now you can just go, let's see, we're going to go here in the inside here, and we're just going to draw down from the armpit down, and you're going to go over and back up to where the chin is. All right, let's do that again over on this side. Over, up to where his armpit would be. And then you can just draw those lines over to show, okay, that's his arms going over to his hands, right? So now we've got his arms, his jacket. You can put little buttons on the jacket. You can also put little scuff marks around on the jacket, buttonholes, whatever. All right. Now let's go down here to the feet. I did not leave a ton of room. Make sure you leave room for your drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and just go as close to the bottom of my page as I can here and draw his feet right here at the bottom. That way I know how much room I've got. So I'm looking here. I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to go over. Pretty good size because Frankenstein usually wears these giant boots. All right, so it's got a big toe right there, and I'm going to come over, and I'm going to come up like that. I'm going to do the same thing. So they're almost like clown shoes, really. Over. They look really weird like this without any legs sticking in them. All right, so you got that? Okay, so now you can just come up on each outer side with the leg going behind the jacket. And then on this inside leg, we're going to kind of slant it up, and we're going to come over and go back down to the other leg, like that, the other foot. Then up in the jacket, you just put 2 lines to show, okay, that's where his belt is. And then let's put some tracks down here on the bottom of the shoes, some treads to show that they're heavy-duty shoes. Okay, like that. Yeah, there we go. Frankenstein. All right, so you can add some more kind of scuff marks and stuff. Oh, one other thing you got to do, have to. Frankenstein was created with electricity. If you've ever seen the movie or any of the different versions of him. So they put little bolts where the electricity went into his body. They put them on the top of his head sometimes, and usually it's in his neck. On this one, I think I'm going to put them right up here in the top of the head. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do these 2 little rectangles like this, and then we're going to put circles on the end of them like that. Okay, there we go. And then you can just put these lightning bolts coming out of it like that. So you go up, down, out, and then you come back the way you went, go back a little further, and just follow your line. So just make a zigzag out, and then follow your zigzag back. All right? Like that. And you got him. Rah, Frankenstein. So that's Frankenstein. And you can color him, color inside of his mouth darker so that it looks like he's down in there. Color his tongue. He's usually green, so you can color in different color green. And, you know, put some different details on him if you want. Put laces or whatnot. So that's Frankenstein. So that's it. Thank you so much for drawing with me today. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a couple of things. I actually learned a couple of things while drawing. It's important to practice all the time if you want to get better at drawing. Usually I draw on the computer, so drawing by hand is something that I don't do enough. So I really enjoy doing these tutorials for you guys to draw along with. So check out the other ones I did with the Spartanburg library system. And I want to thank the Spartanburg Library for having me come back and draw with you again.